the Rigvedana, because the Rigveda also has a Shraddha Suktam, it is chanted in the Rigvedic style, and there two sentences here are combined together. So the Rigvedana says that the breastfeeding mother should chant Medha Suktam on the right side of feeding, and when she feeds on the left side, she should chant Shraddha Suktam, because Medha and Shraddha are the building blocks for the child. Medha means retention power of memory and intelligence, and Shraddha means self confidence. Normally, we take Shraddha as faith, which is faith in oneself. Because if you don't have faith in oneself, then you'll be afraid to step out on the street to go to office. It's like that. So the starting point of all endeavors or all non-endeavors is faith in oneself. Even at home and will drop food into your mouth. That is also faith in oneself. So every action or non-action requires faith in oneself. So we begin with that Shraddha. Shraddharayati iti Shraddha. The word Shrat is a variation of the word Sat. The Sat has a Ha and a Ra, which becomes Shrat. So the Ha introduces the Hri or modesty. Hrishchate Lakshmi Patnyav, that one. And then the Ra introduces the Lakshmi, the fire tattva. Fire inside becomes Shra. And then Shrat is the grammatical ending. So that is the Shiva in movement, which is Shakti. So Shraddha is nothing but the usable portion of Shiva, which when it moves, it becomes usable for us, the Rajoguna. In the Sattva Guna aspect, Shiva is only there as a meditative Kendra. It is not of practical use in day-to-day life, that Shiva Tattva. But Shakti Tattva is of practical use in day-to-day life, which is Shra. So from that Shra has come Shraddha. Shraddharayati is Shraddha. This Shrat, or this movement of universe, or the creation and sustenance and the other aspects, that is Shraddha, whatever that is. So you can say faith or faith in oneself. So the first line is Shraddhaya Agnihi Sam Idhyate. Agnihi is the fire. So you can take it as the fire of Brahman or the fire of passion or the supreme fire of whichever comes to your mind. So Sam Idhyate. Idhyate means to charge or to energize, like a battery charging in the mobile. So Sam means Samyak Rupena means equally to all. Sam Idhyate, equally to all it charges what? Agnihi charges us with what? Shraddhaya. By the means of Shraddhaya, Agnihi, the supreme power, charges us all. Samyak Rupena, Sam Idhyate. And then Shraddhaya Vindate Havihi. Vindate means to obtain. And after about 6 lines, there is a Shraddhaya Huyate Havihi. Huyate means to give in the Ahuti, in the fire. So giving and taking are both the same aspects of the same coin, because whatever you will get from God, you will give to God, and so on and so forth. So Shraddhaya Vindate Havi, Shraddhaya Huyate Havihi means by means of Shraddha, I will obtain all the Deva Bhagam Yatha Purve Sanjanana Upasate, that line. I will obtain all the natural bounty and the natural resources and food and water. Shraddhaya Vindate Havihi. And then when the line comes Shraddhaya Huyate Havihi, I will give it in the Yajna when my turn comes. So we obtain that by means of Shraddha, and we give that by means of Shraddha, both. And then Shraddham Bhagasya Murdhani, the third line. The Murdhani quality or the chiefest quality of Shraddha, of Bhaga or Bhagavan, is Shraddha. So when the awareness of that Bhagavan center arises in us, the chief quality we cultivate will be Shraddha or faith in oneself. Shraddha Bhagasya Murdhani. And the fourth line says Vachasa Avedayamasi. By means of my Vachanam, I do Avedanam. मैं आवेदनम करता हूँ वचन से. वचसा आवेदयामसी. Avedanam means you can say humble proposal. It's also called Divedanam sometimes. So Avedanam means to make it known. The word with gives rise to the word Veda, and the Vedam here means to make it known. Vachasa Avedayamasi. Then we have the line Priyam Shraddhe Dadatah. Priyag, the Gg is just a grammatical construct in the Yajurveda. So Priyam Shraddhe Dadatah. So here Shraddhe, now we are addressing Shraddha as a feminine deity, which is the favorite of us all in the Vedic times. We make Mother Earth into a female deity, we make Kriya Shakti into female deity called Durga, and now we are making Shraddha into a female deity called Shraddhe. So we are addressing as a very dear mother. Hey Shraddhe, Priyam Dadatah. Give me that which is dear to me. And then Priyam Shraddhe Dida sorry. The next line says, Hey Shraddhe Priyam Dida Satah. So give the Priyam or the dear Vastu to that fellow who is going to give it to me. So in turn he will give it to me again. So Priyam Shraddhe Dajatah, Priyam Shraddhe Didas. Now why Priyam Bhojeshu Yajvasu? Priyam Bhojeshu means for eating and for enjoying. The word Bhojanam means to enjoy with all the five senses, not only just tongue. Yajvasu means for Yajanam, for giving in sacrifice. So if I receive that which is dear to me, Priyam to me in the Bhojanam, I will give in turn for Yajanam, for the sacrifice. Priyam Yojeshu Tatha Priyam Bhojeshu. So idam me uditam kridhi. In this way, idam, in this world, me means for me, uditam kridhi. Uditam is elevating. Udayam. In this way, I will be elevated. My consciousness will be elevated by getting all the near and dear things. So it is typically what Swami says, that I give you what you want till you have learned to ask from me that which I have come to give. So now the next paragraph is what I have come to give, that statement. Yatha deva asureshu. Just as the devatas dealt with the asuras. Shraddham ugreshu chakrire. Ugreshu means with fierceness, with a lot of violence. Ugrata. Chakrire means dealt with or did the karma. So if the asuras of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, they are there in your body, and if you tell them, oh Kama, oh Krodha, please leave my body, don't disturb me because I am highly disturbed because of you think they are going to leave? No. So then you have to take a machine gun and point it at them and say, if you don't leave, I'll kill you. Then they might leave. But that is again difficult. So just as the devatas dealt with the asuras in the most fierce way and drove them out during the earlier Puranic times, during Amrita Manthana and all the other stories, evam bhojeshu yajvasu. In such a similar manner, should you deal with those enemies inside with the friends inside. The friends are Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, and the enemies are Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. So you have to point some violent weapon at them and tell them to get out. So evam bhojeshu yajvasu. And then if this happens, asmakam uditam kridhi. Now we will all become elevated. So now I to we. Simple. Asmakam uditam kridhi. Asmakam means we all. Uditam means elevated. Kridhi means karo. And then we have the line Shraddhan Deva. So Vayu Gopa Upasate. There is a word Vayu Gopa. Gopaniya means secret. There is a secret Vayu by which we all do Upasana, and that secret Vayu is the breath. Now why is the breath secret? Because right now when I am talking to you, I am not aware that I am breathing. That's why it is a secret. So most of the actions whenever we do, we are not aware of our breath. And then Swami points us that once you become aware of your breath all the time, then you will be nearer to me, nearer to your conscience, nearer to Sai within. So that breath is the doorway to open yourself to Shraddha, to Saburi, and to Swami in the Brahma Tattva mode. So, Vayu Gopa Upasate, Shraddhan Deva Yajamanaha Api. Yajamana means the person who is doing Yajna, and Deva means the deity or the divine person who is receiving the Yajna Phala. So, even the Devatas and even the Yajamana, they all do Upasana of this Shraddha by this breath, the Gopaniya Vayu, the secret Vayu, Gopa Upasate. And then Shraddha Gum Hrudaya Akutya. Shraddham Hrudayi Akutya. Hrudayi means in the Hridayam or in the heart, the spiritual heart. Akuti is a noble desire which will affect many thousands of people for thousands of years. That is Akuti. Samaniva Akuti Samana Hrudayanivaha. So, by means of Shraddha, these noble desires arise from the Hridaya Sthana. Shraddham Hrudayi Akutya. And then the line Shraddhaya Huyate Havihi. So when the noble desire arises, then the noble sacrifices start. So Shraddhaya Huyate Havihi. Now you are sacrificing. Earlier the line was Shraddhaya Vindate Havihi, means I am obtaining. So whatever I have obtained, I am giving away in sacrifice to build hospitals, to build dharamshalas, and to build houses for the poor, whatever that is. Shraddhaya huyate havihi. Now it says Shraddham pratar havamahe, pratah kale havamahe means ahvamahe. I call upon Shraddha, I remember Shraddha, pratah kale. Similar emotion is there in pratar agnim, pratar indragum havamahe, pratar mitra varuna havamahe, pratar ashvina havamahe in the Bhagya Suktam. So I remember all my noble qualities and the divine qualities within me by means of Shraddha. Shraddham pratar havamahe. Apicha also Shraddham madhyandinam upari. Also madhyadina kale, midday kal. I also call upon Shraddha to remember me of my divinities inside. Shraddha madhyandinam pari. And again in the evening when the Suryasya is nimruchi means nimna ruchi means of very less shine. So it means morning, afternoon, evening I will call upon Shraddha to call upon my divine powers and remember me of my divinity within. Pratah kale, madhyandina kale, evam sandhya kale. All the three times. That means practically all the times. Because even in our day-to-day life, when we say no, this person is eating 3 times a day, it means he is eating all the time. It may be even 16 times a day. So we have to remember Shraddha all the times, morning, afternoon, evening, and remind ourselves of our divinities which are lurking inside our body by means of this Shraddha, this self-confidence, this faith. Shraddham pratar havamahe, Shraddham madhyandinam upari, Shraddham surya se nimruchi. And then this line is Shraddhe Shraddha apayehama. Now there are again two meanings of Shraddha, Shraddhapayeha. The one is Shraddhapaya iha. Shraddhapaya, Dhapaya means to Sthapaya. So first is establish Shraddha in me or myself in Shraddha, that way. Shraddhapaya iha. Iha means right now here, ma. Ma means mujhme, in me. And the other meaning will be Shraddhe, Shraddha, Apayeha. Apayeha will means Apaharanam Kuru, which means kidnap. So, hey Shraddhe, do not this establish Shraddha which is in me, don't take it away. Shraddha Payeha. Apayeha Ma. Ma now means Ma Kuru, don't. So, the same word Ma has two meanings, and the same word Shraddha Payeha will be have two meanings, depending on what context. So, again, these are the wonderful words in Vedas which give two meanings for the same word and the same line, and both the meanings are relevant and correct. First one says Shraddha Shraddhapaya ihama. Hey Shraddha, mujhme Shraddha ki sthapana karo. Ma means mujhme. And the second one says Hey Shraddha, mujhme se Shraddha ka apaharan ma kuru. Don't karo. Then it says Shraddha Devan Adhivaste. Adhivasanam means the Adhikari Rupi Vasanam, which means the uniform. Like if I go and purchase a police uniform from the shop and I wear it, I don't become a policeman. I have to be announced in the government gazette, and the uniform has to be given to me by the official letter and the sanction letter and the authority. Only then I can become a policeman. So similarly, the Agni, Mitra, Varuna, Aryama, Pusha, they are all the uniform holders. They have been given special powers by Bhagavan. So all devatas, the deities. So Devan Adhivaste, all these deities, they have been given the Adhivasanam, the uniform, by means of Shraddha. Shraddha is the power which gives them their powers. That means the Shakti in movement, Shiva Shakti. Shraddha Devan Adhivaste, and then Shraddha Vishwam Idam Jagata. Idam Jagata means this entire Jagata is nothing but Shraddha. So energy is Shraddha, the energy of the divine, whatever you call it. Atomic energy or wave energy or material energy or both or every energy, imaginable and unimaginable. Shraddha Vishwam Idam Jagata. This entire Jagata is nothing but Shraddha, which means Shraddha is just another Rupa of Brahma Tattvam, because Brahma is also this entire Jagata. So Shraddha Vishwam Idam Jagata. Vishwam means all, Idam means this, Jagata means whatever is born, the creation. Shraddhan Kamasya Mataram. Now Shraddha is the Mataram, the mother of all Kamanas. Now, how come Shraddha is the mother of all Kamanas? Somebody needs to be muted. Shraddha is the mother of all Kamanas. Kamana means desire. Earlier it was Shraddham Hrudaya Akutya. So obviously the Akutya arises from Shraddha, but even the desire arises from Kamana. Now, an extreme example is, why don't we think that I will build a Taj Mahal for my wife? Because that Kamana never arises in us, even though there is an example standing before us. So it is that Shraddha quality which gives us the Kamana as to the, I want to do this, or I want not to do this, or whatever that is. Even the inspiration for laziness or inspiration to do something is coming from that same Shraddha. Shraddham kamasya mataram. And the last line is the most important line. Havisha vardhayamasi. By giving away, you increase it in the taker as well as the giver. Because it's an intangible quality like joy, love, and so on. So joy, if you give joy, it increases. It will increase the joy in the taker and it will increase the joy in the giver. Similarly, Shraddha or self-confidence will increase the quality in the taker, it will increase the quality in the giver. So the first line and the last line, they are the summary of the entire Shraddha Suktam. Shraddhaya Agni Samidhyate Shraddhaya Havisha Vardhayamasi. So Agni is charging us all with this divine quality called Shraddha equally. And the last line says, if you give it away, it will increase in you and the taker. That is the summary of the Shraddha Suktam. So Swami says that you should never hurt the faith of somebody else. If he is a Muslim, then you should tell him to become a better Muslim. If he is a Buddhist, you should tell him to become a better Buddhist. So the concept of conversion does not arise in Vedic literature, because the person is perfect as he is in whatever janma he has taken, whatever religion he has taken. Just become better in that same religion. That is the way you increase that faith and your own faith in yourself and your dharma, and his faith and himself in his dharma. And in this way, the faith will increase. Havisha vardhayamasi. So, and this is what you must chant when you are feeding your child on the left side, according to the Rigvedana in the Rigveda. Rigvedana is a separate book, which is a manual for practicing the Rigveda in life. It's generally not available, but somewhere it's available. So, this is the Shraddha Suktam, and this is the application of the Shraddha Suktam in actual life. Now, please come forth with your observations, suggestions, and questions. Yes, Sainath uncle, any?
No question, sir. Your explanation is very clear. Because, in fact, this is a revision that you have made today. You have already dealt with this earlier. So today it was a revision and we could understand it much better. At least I have understood much better.
Okay. Anybody else? Especially mothers should learn this Shraddha Suktam and the Medha Suktam for chanting it when the child is feeding. It's important for the mothers, and both of them are pertaining to some deity which is a female, Shraddha and Medha, because both the endings are A, long vowels. If you see, all the names with long vowels are feminine creations. Yamuna, Ganga, Shraddha, Medha, Jaya, Vijaya, whatever all of them will have long vowels endings. Yes, anyone else? And shall we wrap up for today? Swaroop?
Yes, Uncle, I think we can close for today.
Acha, you have to give me some subject for the next Tuesday, Wednesday, which is not a new subject, because I am going out this evening for some family function in Ahmedabad, and I cannot carry all my books, obviously. And I'll be coming back on Monday evening, so I can do some revision topic on the next Tuesday and Wednesday. I will not be able to do a new topic for which I need to carry books and need to have access. It will not be possible in the coming 4 days.
Sure.
So you think of some, whichever revision topic is there, whichever suktam you want, and post it to me on WhatsApp. I will do that next Tuesday, Wednesday.
Sure, Uncle. I think we can do Bhrigu and Gayatri Upanishad.
Bhrigu is not a 2-day topic. It's a longer. Anyway, we can do that. Okay, that's not a problem.
Sure.
ठीक है. Bhrigu is Shikshawali, Bhriguvali, Anandavali. No, number 2. Bhriguvali is now number 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. We'll do Bhriguvali. We'll spread it out over Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 sessions.
Sure.
If that's okay.
Sai Rudram, sir, as I requested earlier, sometimes one class you take about Devi Mahatma and explain overview.
Okay. I'll do that in the next week, because I'll have to
Okay.
myself study that the uh,
Okay.
Durga Saptashati overview.
Okay.
So next
Yeah.
week I will do an old topic for revision, and then after that I'll take up this Devi Mahatmya, the significance. Okay,
Okay.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
So we'll conclude for today.
Fine. Thank you.
ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. ॐ सं समिद्युवसे वृषन्नग्ने विश्वान्यर्य आ इळस्पदे समिध्यसे स नो वसून्याभर सङ्गच्छध्वं संवदध्वं सम्भोमनांसि जानताम् देवा भागं यथा पूर्वे सञ्जानाना उपासते समानो मन्त्रः समितिः समानी समानं मनः सह चित्तमेषाम् समानं मन्त्रम् अभिमन्त्रयेव समानेन वो हविषा आजुहोमि समानीव आकूतिः समाना हृदयानि वः समानमस्तु वो मनो यथा आवस्सु सहासते स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ॐ सर्वं श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. Sai Ram everyone.
Sai Ram, everybody.
Hi Ram sir, thank you sir.
Sai Ram sir.
Sai Ram.
Sai